This is Smoke Joe Gamer. This is episode 1 of Spooky HallowSTREAM 2024. So every year in October I play a bunch of scary horror games and other games that I feel are adequately spooky. So this is going to be a very short video. As you can see, I'm going to check out some Resident Evil 0 for PS4. This is the HD remaster. This was originally a GameCube game, and it was also ported to the Wii, and eventually got ported to PS4, Xbox One, and PC as the HD edition. So
Resident Evil 0.
This is running at 1080p and appears to be maybe 30, maybe 60 FPS. Hard to say.
A midwestern town in America, Raccoon City.
So
A solitary island far off in the sea, Rockfort Island.
this is just going to be a short video. I want to just play through the beginning section on the train, which I just think is amazing, and then the rest of the game kind of goes downhill.
Many unanswered questions.
I'm just going to talk about the game and why I like it, why I don't like it. But this seemed like a good starting point before I get into Resident Evil 7 and 8.
Little is known as to the
So in past streams I've covered Resident Evil 1 and 2 and the respective remakes. I don't like the original Resident Evil 3, but I liked the remake. I've also played 4 Remake before on stream, and so each year I try to pick different games, and of course Resident Evil is always a top priority, but the idea is let's just cover some of the Resident Evil games I haven't already covered in past Hallow streams.
Do you think so too?
Yeah.
So the gist of it is, you've got this train, and then all of a sudden you've got leeches and fire everywhere. And this takes place before the events of Resident Evil 1, so you are playing as Rebecca Chambers and showing what she went through before getting to the mansion. And like most prequels, there is kind of a lack of continuity. And it's important to remember, too, that this is the 4th game that came out, and they were trying to kind of one-up the other games and scare you in new and different ways. So this goth emo guy is able to sing and control the leeches. It's like, sure, why not? So here's the... Yep.
As a simple investigation.
Here's the original team that went to investigate the forest.
In our training could ever have prepared us for the nightmare that ensued.
Enrico, Kenneth.
We never stood a chance.
I remember Rebecca was playable in the first game in Chris's scenario. Yep, this is the first team that went in. And then remember, Chris, Jill, Wesker, Barry, they all had to go in to try to figure out what happened to the first
Check the
team.
position and investigate the surrounding area.
Captain, look.
So this game released as a GameCube exclusive, and I got it for Christmas, and I remember just loving this game at the time, mainly because it was the first Resident Evil game that I owned a copy of, and GameCube didn't have that many
exceptional
games for it.
Court order for transportation. Prisoner
Look,
Billy Cohen.
Cohen.
Ex-lieutenant, 26 years old. Court-martialed and sentenced to death July 22nd. Prisoners to be transferred to the Regathon base for execution.
Those poor soldiers.
Yeah.
They were good men just doing their jobs. And
So the first time I played the Resident Evil 1 remake on GameCube, I remember renting it for a weekend, and I got stuck very quickly because I didn't know you had to really fully examine the Book of Curse to get that key. So I remember just being like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, and then I ended up just bringing it back to the video store. And then I remember, I think I rented Eternal Darkness instead. So GameCube did have some good exclusives, and I thought this was one of them at the time. Because I didn't have a PS1 or PS2.
Train.
I had played original Resident Evil on PlayStation when I was a kid, and then I played the N64 version of RE2. Didn't play much of 3. And this came out after I got the GameCube, so... And then Resident Evil 4 came out, and that began as a GameCube exclusive and was way better than this game. It's still one of the best games ever made. But I did play through this game several times, did unlock some of the stuff like the infinite handguns. But here it is. So you can see, I think it's about 30 FPS. And this game does some interesting things, but it doesn't always work. Alright, that door is locked. So, this very first room here, no zombies yet. But, like, I seriously believe that this is just the best part of the game. What happens is, I was so excited when this finally got the HD remaster, and I bought it right away, got the theme, and I got the extra costumes, all this cool stuff. And I got to the train section, and then I get to the training center, and I always forget where I'm supposed to go, and I just keep getting hit by those damn monkeys and leech monster guys with the wavy arms. And you gotta make Molotov cocktails to kill them, and yeah. So of course in all the Resident Evil games they encourage you not to engage every enemy, but, you know, you can usually shoot enemies a couple times, knock them down, run past them, but you can't always do that, and that's kind of how this whole train section works. Let's just grab this now. Sure, let's save. Or you know what, don't save. So here's what you can do in this game. This game does not have item boxes. So you just drop things on the ground. So you know what, I don't need to save just yet. So I just dropped, see, and it stays on the ground, and you can come back and get it later. So that was the first thing I wanted to show you. And just like the old games, you need ink ribbons to save. This is using the same graphics engine as the 1 remake. He's holding something. Look, it's the key. So it's Resident Evil, you know, it's survival horror, it's non-linear, it's a bit of a Metroidvania, right? You gotta get keys, and you gotta do some backtracking. And there's Billy Cohen. It's the only game he appears in.
Billy. Lieutenant Cohen.
So, you seem to know me. Been fantasizing about me, have you?
But look at these nice 1080p textures. I also have this on Steam. You can run it at higher resolution, I think 1440p or maybe even 4K. But I don't think you can get 120 FPS.
Time is over.
Wait! You're under arrest.
No thanks, Dollface. I've already worn handcuffs.
I could shoot, you know.
You could, but you didn't.
Edward!
Edward.
You all right? What happened?
Worse than... We can't. You must be careful, Rebecca. The forest is full of zombies and monsters.
Zombies and monsters.
Yeah, because remember, they were investigating the grisly murders where the victims appeared to be eaten. And yeah, there's nice throwback to the original game. Dogs jumping in through the windows, and I really thought I could escape that, but that's what's tricky about it is, you know, in Resident Evil 1, there's cases where they give you barely enough room to get around the enemies. In this section of the game, no. You simply do not have room. But you can still utilize this trick where you can combine instead of having to reload. But you do have to come back here a few more times, so it is worthwhile to kill them, and you can't run past them anyways. So. I do remember opening this Christmas morning one year. I was probably, I don't know, 15. I don't know. And I remember my sister walking in while I was playing it, and she was just like, ew. So. Okay. So remember, I had to go all the way down there to get the key for the dining car, and lo and behold, now we may have some zombies in this room. Enrico. Remember, Kenneth gets killed right in the beginning, the very first zombie you encounter in the first game, and then you can get 2 clips off of his dead body. And in the remake, they decided, no, you don't get ammo, you get film that you can develop later.
23 people.
Spoiler, he didn't really do it. Except that he didn't kill her.
Captain. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, so at the end of the game, Rebecca does find her way to the mansion. See? Ah, see? Told you. There's some backtracking and new zombies show up. And it's so narrow that you can't run past them, but they do give you decent amounts of ammo. This is normal difficulty, by the way, which is much harder than I remember. So I remember beating this game several times as a teenager.
It's gonna be dangerous from here on in. Why don't we
But as an adult, I've never made it past to the training center because, I don't know, I get to that point, I get lost, I get frustrated, and then I don't play for a few years, and then I try to play it again like I am right now.
You expect me to trust you, a wanted felon? I don't need your help. I can handle this on my own. And don't call me little girl.
All right, Miss Do-It-Yourself. What should I call you?
The name is Rebecca Chambers, but that's Officer Chambers to you.
Well then, Rebecca, why don't you go and try while I wait here?
And that's some interesting game design right there. He blocks the door so you can't go back that way. And this is not opening. And, yeah, another letter. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, if you do get this on Steam, you can get slightly higher resolution and frame rate than what you're seeing here, but not a big deal. And I'm going to show you another little trick right here. So remember, in the first game, you had the zombies and the dogs, and the spiders and the chimeras, the hunters, the tyrant, giant snake,
Excuse me, sir.
giant spider,
Sir.
little snakes. You know, mostly like normal horror type stuff. Nothing too extreme. Then Resident Evil 2, they introduced the lickers, and then you had William chasing you around. And 3, they had Nemesis and zombies and dogs and all that stuff. Well, you don't even have to fight this guy, and I don't recommend doing so because he has a lot of health. And those leech men are weak to fire, but I think resistant to other forms of damage. So. You don't have to fight him, you just run away. So, there you go. And then look, they pull some Matrix shit right here. Ready? So this game is like, well, let's see. Well, we already did the zombies. We already did the dogs and the spiders and the snakes. It's like, what else can we do? It's like, well, leeches. Sure, let's throw in some leeches. Why not? And a guy who can control the leeches with his voice. Sure, why not?
Who is that guy?
And then the train starts moving.
Go and check out the first engine car. Listen.
Yeah, so with this game, it was like, gee, let's just see what happens when the T-virus infects all these other kinds of animals and critters.
Or maybe you like being worm bait.
All right. You just remember, I will shoot you if you try anything funny.
Fine. Now take these with you. If you find anything, give me a call, all right?
But I think she's already figured out that he might not be the piece of shit that they're making him out to be. So yes, this is what happened. They said, let's have two characters, and you can switch between them. And then you can split up or stay together. You can tell them to attack automatically or not attack if you want to conserve bullets. So you got two characters you got to keep track of. Plus, you've got, so now you've got two inventories, you know, that you can ease. So look, so now I just switch to him, and then
Let's split up.
Roger.
Roger.
Let's regroup.
Roger.
And then you got to hit this button, and there you see. So you have 12 inventory slots total. He has the lighter. She has the mixing set. So Rebecca is the only one who can mix herbs, and then Billy has the lighter. And of course, there are sections where they make you split up, which can be, you know, which can be tricky. So I'm going to have him equip the knife. I'm going to send all the bullets that way, and I'm going to control Rebecca. We're going to go together. This door does not open. Yes. And they really did a good job with this. There's really good level design in this first area. Just getting around the train. You're on the roof of the train. You got to find different keys. You've got it's 2 floors, and you've got, you know, a dumbwaiter to transfer items, and sometimes people get stuck. Get out of the way, Becky. I think I know what's going to happen next, and there's a reason why I want her to stay behind. Oh, for God's sakes. Jesus, Rebecca, get the fuck out of the way. Come on. Yeah, so they were definitely trying some new things to shake up the formula. Reconnect the cable. And then leeches. So, you see what they do? They give you your second character, and then immediately one of them, whoever you're controlling, gets thrown down here. Of course, you don't know that. Why would you? And the door's locked. So right off the bat, one of your people gets stuck in this room and you have to split up. And it's like, okay. And like I said, there's 2 floors and got this thing going up and down. And she's going to need this key. But you can only transfer 1 item at a time. Okay, so I'm going to send it back down. But putting those wires together opened that other door. And you do have to be careful, because sometimes you may leave somebody in a spot that you think is safe, but it's not, and they get attacked, and they will automatically defend themselves, but they might also get damaged in the process, so... The AI isn't that smart, but it's also not that stupid, though. So if you think about it, this might have been almost like a prototype to Resident Evil 5, because that's the point where they were like, okay, we're going to do 2 characters, but then we'll actually make it 2-player. You know? Yep, so... He's stuck in that room. Yeah, he's stuck in that room right now, so... She's going to go downstairs. So later in the game, it's like, okay, well, the first boss is a giant scorpion. You know, and then you get to the training center, and there's a giant centipede, and a giant bat, and monkeys. And that's what I meant, like... In this game, they're like, oh, it's just, you know... Yeah. It's fine. We'll do monkeys, a scorpion, sure, why not? What's cool? You know, what haven't we done yet? And of course, none of those enemies show up in the later games, so that's what I mean, like, just kind of lack of continuity here. Looks delicious. And... Can't open the access panel yet. Oh, okay. So, that's fine. So she's got the other key that I need. So now she's going to go back this way. And there's going to be more zombies, of course. So don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I don't like the game, I'm just saying it's a lot harder than I remember. I can't remember where the hell I'm supposed to go. You see now I accidentally hit triangle instead of square. But just remember, like, when this came out, it was a big deal. It was a GameCube exclusive. I had a GameCube. Oh, that was a mistake. Okay. Get off me, you son of a bitch. Yeah, see, like, I'm already injured. No, see, I keep hitting triangle, because in every other game, I gotta hit triangle to open the inventory. See, she, of course, she's the female character of the game, so she has less health. Does less knife damage, I think, maybe. Alright. And it is possible to get some handgun bullets, maybe? No, alright. And just like other games, yeah, there's some hidden stuff here and there. If you just hit the button at the right spot, even if you can't see it. So see, I took out multiple zombies in this room, but now there's more. Of course, with the updated version, you have the new controls. You don't have the tank controls, but I believe you can still turn tank controls on if you wanted to. I'm just going to grab this now. So no item box means you can just drop things if you want to free up an inventory slot, and then you can pick it up later. It also means you got to remember where you dropped things, although the map is helpful towards that end. Yeah, see, the map has a glowing red dot where I left those ink ribbons. So at least the map gives you some indication of where things are located. Oh, shit. And you've got auto-aim. And remember, I gotta hit square to go to inventory. That's confusing. And I'm not sure if the PC version lets you remap the buttons or not. But yeah, I did attempt a knife-only playthrough. I think on easy, and it was not that easy. And it is possible to hit your partner sometimes, like with explosions and Molotov cocktails. And a lot of enemies make sounds or have special animations to let you know that they are definitely dead and not likely to get back up. And he's going to get back up, of course. Alright, I can't get in there because I don't have the key card, but... Yeah, and I like that they just automatically use the right key, and then it's like, hey, do you want to throw this away? And if you accidentally hit no, then you can just drop it on the ground anywhere. But like I said, though, it can be kind of hectic when you've dropped things in different locations and you got to remember where you dropped things. Yeah, okay, but this tells you. Alright, there you go. Sometimes you just got to remember shit. Okay, so what's in here? It's the briefcase. And you got to get the rings to put in it. Yeah, so a whole lot of puzzles and items you gotta find. I flipped the switch. How about that? Let me see if we can just grab this red herb. Yeah. And remember, only Rebecca can combine herbs. So if I picked Rebecca before, she would have got knocked into that room, and then I'd be Billy. And I just think to myself, well, gee, what if you were to, you know, get Billy to join you, and what if you were to just give all the items to Rebecca and have him with just the knife, or nothing, and then you decide, okay, I'm going to send Rebecca to check those wires. Oh, she's falling. Oh, great. I'm just saying, what if you're stuck with a character who doesn't have any items? How are you supposed to get through it? I guess you're supposed to load your save. Oh, you didn't save yet? Oh, too bad. Start over. So when you go to load your game, there's an option to restart, and maybe that's why that's there, just in case you get stuck somewhere. Yeah, so what does end up happening is you do end up with, you know, you typically have a safe room where you just drop all your extra items. Boy, that sounds foreboding, doesn't it? That's the first boss, in case you couldn't tell. And this game was 2 mini-discs when it came out. Although the Wii version was just 1 CD. So, you need this to give to Billy through the elevator thing. Can't get rid of that yet. He's got the lighter, though, so there's a way that you can burn those leeches to open the path there. So yeah, you open up shortcuts and stuff, so that's what I mean. This first part of the game, I think, just has some good level design. And it's a shame it doesn't really continue. So now, I'm just going to leave that here because I can't do anything with it yet. I can't open that cabinet. Okay. And there's a first aid spray. And look. The hunting rifle. Which takes up 2 inventory slots. So yeah, you think to yourself, oh cool, I've got like 12 inventory slots. Well, you'll see. Not all it's cracked up to be. Remember, I haven't saved yet. This is the hunting rifle, or hunting shotgun, whatever, only has 2 bullets per clip. But see, I knew what was coming here. If I didn't know what I was about to face, I might not have the right stuff in my inventory. So that's why you gotta save often. Even though you're limited in how many times you can save because of the ink ribbons, you still want to do it pretty often because you never know when the game's gonna screw you. When it's gonna make you play as just one person, or there's gonna be a boss fight. When was I supposed to save? I was supposed to do it before, right? So look at this giant fucking scorpion. Like, because that makes sense. How did it get onto a moving train? Yep. And it takes forever to reload, so what you want to do is just do that. Yeah. So I shot his armor off in the front. So he's not that difficult, but... yeah, see? If you know how to fight him. So this boss is mandatory. I'm gonna just finish him off with this so I don't blow all my... But he can't poison you, though. Yeah, I thought I could beat him without getting hit. Oh, well. Yeah. That's annoying, huh? Yeah. He backs you into the corner. And all because I didn't want to use... like, I think you're supposed to just... you know... use all those bullets for that. Alright. Really? You can't be serious. As he's dying, he can whack you again. Oh, that's great. So I think I've seen speedruns where people just immediately exit the room when they know he's dead. So there you go. And again, I'm just going to keep hitting the wrong buttons, too. I just want to see if I can beat this first section of the game, and then I'll stop. Pardon me. So I guess what I'll do is, I guess I'll just use that. And then I'll grab that. I said I'll grab... yeah, and then you gotta stand in just the right spot to pick up the thing you actually want. Good luck with that. Yeah, and I can't change costumes yet. You have to get a special key for that, or something. Can't remember if it's a suitcase or a closet. This is the briefcase that has the 2 divots. So. See, I admit it, I bought the DLC costumes, sue me. Yeah, so I believe this came out in 2016. Oh, but look! How the fuck am I supposed to pick that up? I'm not. So a lot of backtracking in this game because you gotta remember where you put things. And, oh look, another item I have to pick up. So at least you don't have to go running back to an item box every single time, but again, you leave things in different rooms and then you've got to keep track of it. So there's backtracking anyways. And there is a limit to the number of items you can put in a specific room. I think sometimes it'll tell you, oh, there's no room for this other item. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I remember really liking this game when it came out because there wasn't much else to play on GameCube at the time. And don't get me wrong, the GameCube had some great games. You had Wind Waker. You had Resident Evil 4. I thought Mario Sunshine was pretty good. Not amazing, but it had its moments. And then Eternal Darkness was a great game. Oh, I completely missed a room. Wow, okay. He's covered in slime. You slime ball. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. So, in Resident Evil 1 and 2, or actually, more so in 1, the player and the characters were both ignorant, right? We both didn't know what the hell was going on. But this is the fourth game they made. It's a prequel to the original game. Now you have dramatic irony because the player knows exactly what's going on, even though the characters do not. So there's like mandatory backtracking and then new enemies can spawn in as well. So that's how they get you. Hang on. Okay, the freezer zombie didn't come out yet. You'll see. But before I do that, I really should send the ice pick to Billy so I can get him out. Press the button. Yes, do that. And she's just going to stay here. Hopefully it's safe. Okay. So I think if you beat the game once, you get the 2 infinite handguns. But then I think there's other requirements to get the infinite double barrel shotgun. Yeah, I know that. You could probably do that if you have something. I have something sharp, but I forgot to actually go into my inventory and tell you to use it. And that's another thing that happened in the early Resident Evil games. You had to be standing in just the right spot and then go into your inventory, tell it to use an item. So, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. And like I said, though, knives and handgun bullets cannot hit your partner, but I believe that explosions can. Oh, and I forgot that I could have just had him drop that.
Let's regroup.
Okay.
Okay, and Enter the crawl space, yep. Then you have these cool little cutscenes still. He's got a little more elaborate with better graphics and stuff compared to the first 3 games. Door is now unlocked, so we don't have to go through that crawl space. So for that, but that's it. That whole thing. You got to get the crank to open the thing to come through here just to unlock that door. It's like, all right, sure. But then you can see there are situations where you got 2 people and you got double the firepower, and your partner is actually kind of smart sometimes and will just automatically shoot things. Like, you know an enemy's about to attack you because the AI-controlled partner will immediately start aiming at them. So, and like I said before, I did attempt a knife only, and it was tricky because you just keep getting hit. So, and this is one of the rings you need for the briefcase. And look, the hook shot, which I do not have inventory space to pick up, do I? Or maybe I do, hang on. No. So the hook shot requires 2 inventory slots. Okay. And they have these puzzles.
This way. I'll go alone.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, so then you get these kind of puzzles. One person has to hold. And guess who has to use the hook shot? It tells you where to use it, which is nice. This grappling hook can only lift 1 person at a time. Be aware that the unit may be damaged if lifting more than 80 kilograms. So, what they're basically saying is, you gotta use Rebecca. Because look how skinny she is.
Let's regroup.
Roger.
But it just seems like, on the one hand, like I said, you don't have to keep running back to an item box and run past enemies and risk getting hit. But on the other hand, you gotta just, you constantly have a full inventory and you gotta just drop things on the ground. Ready for this? Ah! And you know they're not dead yet because the partner will continue to point. Stupid freezer zombie. So if I pick up the gasoline and the bottle, I can make a Molotov cocktail, but I don't want to do that right now. Yeah, see?
You stay here. This way.
I hit the wrong button again. Alright, but just remember, Billy has all the handgun bullets now. And I keep mixing up triangle and square. Okay. So... it's of no use right now. Well... that's what you think. So Rebecca has to use it, and once again, partner's getting left behind. And you better believe that some zombies show up while he's standing there. See? Auto aim, but it doesn't have homing, so... like... meaning if they keep moving, it doesn't track them. Oops. So... on a first playthrough, this game can be... awful. No, wrong fucking button again. I just wanted to equip this instead. I don't know if you can explode their heads in this game. So they give you a second knife, which I guess is nice of them. Now, if you send him upstairs into that hallway where you think he's going to be safe, no. The eggs hatch and then he gets attacked by leeches. So. The game constantly has you leave one person behind, or it just separates them for whatever reason. And this is just what happens. And that little jewelry box right there has what I need for the briefcase, but... yeah, see? If you leave him in here, you get attacked by leeches. But I opened a shortcut. If you leave him down there, he gets attacked by zombies.
This way.
Okay.
Okay. I could have switched to him and had him go up the stairs. Oh well. But this is the game, basically. Like, it's not a bad game. They tried some new things, and I can respect that, but a lot of these new ideas just... are very cumbersome.
No!
Yeah, see? Damn leeches. But sometimes, if you go into a room and your partner is preoccupied, they won't follow you. So that is something to be mindful of, too. So, I don't think I need this hook shot anymore. At least not right now. But I'm just letting you know that any items you leave on the floor of the train anywhere, they do all end up in the same room once you make it to the mansion, but you may think, oh, I'm not going to need this hook shot ever again. Well, you're going to need it. And you can pick up that second knife if you want to do a dual knife-only playthrough. But yeah, but to do a knife-only, that means... one person's got a knife, the other person's got nothing, and, you know. And they're vulnerable to be attacked, so... yeah, if you want to do knife only, I would say you're going to want to just make sure you're controlling Billy most of the time. Okay, so there's an ink ribbon, and there's a first aid spray. This has the other, yeah. You gotta rotate it, and yeah. So now I need to go, where the hell did I put that briefcase? I think it's in the room where the scorpion was. So let's go there. And once again, mixing up inventory button with switch button. It's confusing. And they will shoot leeches, yep. They will totally waste bullets if you're not careful. So typically what you're going to end up doing is the person you control is going to have the more powerful weapon, and the partner's going to have the pistol, and that way they're not wasting ammo. So I got this. Okay. So. Combine that. Combine that. Examine. It's been unlocked. I think it's a key card. Yeah, this giant briefcase with this tiny little key card inside. For the Ecliptic Express. I know where to use that. But I don't know the best path to get there. This might be a mistake. Let's find out. Extra herb if you want it. Don't need it though. Oh. Actually, I did go the right way. Ah, good for me. So all that just to get the key card to open this door.
This is Delta Team. This is Delta Team. We have gained control of the train. Over.
Understood.
Oh, look who it is.
How was the T-virus leaked? And why did it contaminate both the lab and the mansion, as well as a train almost 3 miles away?
That's irrelevant. We must
That's a
make sure
great
no
question.
gets out. Destroy the train.
Because prequels destroy continuity. But look,
How far away are you from
Wesker
the
and
nearest
William,
About 10 minutes to...
Albert Wesker, William Birkin, they were friends. Of course they were. And these guys who look like Hunk, yeah. Umbrella had several teams who could retrieve items if need be. So, there you go. So you're ending up at an Umbrella training facility where Albert and William were classmates, and they worked for Spencer. But they had to pretend to hate each other. It was weird. I don't know, there was a whole thing going on there. So, this is it.
Train will either derail or crash. I gotta stop this thing.
And you can probably guess what's going to happen now if you haven't played this before. One person has to stay behind, the other person has to go all the way to the other side of the train. I'm going to have Rebecca stay behind, because Billy has more health.
And manipulate the control panel for the brake. Then you apply the brake from here, okay?
All right.
And you can't... Oh, I think you can skip things. So look, I have a limited amount of time. Let me get these extra handgun bullets here. And look, and this is the music of you're in trouble, you gotta hurry up. Yeah, this is the hurry up music. Something dramatic is happening right now. Okay. And of course these guys get up. but it's fine. When you have the opportunity to just run past enemies, that's what you should do. But unlike Resident Evil 2 and 3, you can't mash buttons and shove enemies. Gee. Where are these guys? And of course, in all the Resident Evil games, anytime you see a person who appears to be dead, it just means they're going to get up later. And this is another one of those sections where, well, gee, what if I didn't have the right items, you know? I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know who it was targeting just now. I might have just wasted some bullets. I don't know. So the game gives you quite a bit of ammo, but there's also a lot of enemies, you know. They figure, oh, you got 2 people. You got 2 handguns. We'll give you more ammo, but we'll also give you a lot more enemies to deal with. Six shots, so I'm just hemorrhaging bullets right now. But it's kind of a good thing that I killed all these enemies, because now it's just less to deal with. Yeah, so this section of the game, they give you more than enough ammo to kill everybody, but you just gotta make sure you manage your inventory properly. Alright, so now... I know I need the magnetic card to operate. And get ready for the scariest monster of all. Math! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doom! So it doesn't matter which numbers, it just has to add up to 36 across 10 numbers.
Roger, I'll put the brake on now.
Yeah. Math! Ah! Oh, there's more bullets down there, hang on. I thought there were more bullets there. So if I wanted to, I could send her out there to shoot more zombies or get more items, but... Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought for a second I could go out there and shoot those other zombies and maybe they'd drop items or something. Nope, she's stuck in here. So, 67, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 6 times 7 is 42. 48. Nope. Oh boy, hang on. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63. Got it. Oh, math. Terrifying. And there you go. It's like, yeah, we're just gonna hit the brakes on this train and hope that it stops. But of course it doesn't. So, like, they give you its time limit to hit the brakes, right? But then the train doesn't stop. It derails anyways. So what difference did it make? And even though they were on opposite ends of the train, they wake up like almost right next to each other, right? Along with a bunch of zombies and all of the items that you dropped.
I'm here.
Yeah, see?
Are you alright? Hey, you managed to stop the train.
Yes, we managed.
Not really.
Find a way out.
I mean, I guess if it was going at full speed, it would have really crashed and exploded. But then look, zombies. Oops, sorry, Billy. Now, why am I shooting all these zombies even though I don't have to? Because at some point I am going to have to come back in here to get any items that I left on the train. So, like the hook shot.
Okay.
And I hit the wrong button. Again. Stupid buttons. Remember I told you? You're gonna need the hook shot again. So that's why I killed all those zombies, so I could get this hook shot, because I didn't know where it was. And now I don't have to come back here later. So imagine my surprise when I got to the second spot where you need the hook shot. And I had to look at my map, and oh shoot, it's in that room, and then oh shoot, all those zombies I didn't kill. So it's a whole thing. Also, this game throws the spiders at you much earlier. And look, it's a sewer, right? Why is it always sewers? Every Resident Evil game, you end up in the sewers. So, this is the main hall where you're going to be storing most of your
The Umbrella
items.
Research Center?
And that's... No, that's not Spencer, it's Marcus. Leechman!
First general manager, Dr. James
Okay.
Marcus.
So Marcus was in charge of the training facility, and then remember Spencer owned the mansion. It was the Spencer mansion.
Unfamiliar with him.
Attention. This is Dr. Marcus. Please be silent as we reflect upon our company motto. Obedience breeds discipline. Discipline breeds unity. Unity breeds power. Power is life.
Who are you?
It was I who scattered the T-virus in the mansion. Needless to say, I contaminated the train too.
What?
Seriously?
Revenge on Umbrella.
So the outbreak was caused by a goth.
Dr. Marcus?
See,
10 years ago, Dr. Marcus was murdered by Umbrella. You helped them, didn't you?
yeah, he was one of the founders, but they killed him off. So that's it. Yeah, this is why I can't stand prequels sometimes, because it's like, they're like, well, here's what really happened, and it's like, oh, give me a break. So I'm gonna save here, and I'm gonna stop. This is just that was the fun part of the game, believe it or not. Pretty good level design, I thought. And you can see I have some other save files where I just screwed up royally. So that's it. So I'm not going to keep playing this. This game, I remember it being a lot of fun when it came out. I played it pretty extensively, got pretty good at it, unlocked a bunch of cool stuff. There's even a bonus like survival mode where you gotta collect these leech tokens. But every time I've tried to play this HD version on PS4 or on Steam, I get to this point and it's like, oh yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I forgot where to go. And then the monkeys start showing up, and it's like a...
Yeah.
And then the leechmen.
Okay.
So there you have it. That is my coverage of Resident Evil 0, which I did not cover, and my other HallowSTREAM events in past years. That's all I'm going to play. And I guess I didn't unlock the extra costumes, so hang on one second here.
Evil 0.
That might be worth showing you. So I got through the whole train section without having to save, which is nice. I'm going to actually load up this file. This is later. Yeah, and then there's an option to restart right from the load screen. There is still evil in this place. So look, oh, she got a cheerleading outfit. So just so you can see, like, yeah, they're both almost dead right now. And I don't remember what to do with the Unity tablet. And you do get a grenade launcher, and you do get a bunch of Molotov cocktails. And you do get a better shotgun as well. And this is typically what I do. Like, the person I'm controlling usually has a stronger weapon. The AI person has that pistol. Right, so I guess I didn't find the suitcase. And that other character, so... Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, huh. So... Oh. Hello, nurse. Right. So this is her original outfit that she starts with. This is Resident Evil Director's Cut, that's right. And then... This is the bonus outfit you get in the Resident Evil remake. Resident Evil Deadly Silence, I didn't play that one. And then Resident Evil 2, remember you find the photograph of her in her gym outfit. And then I guess this was Mercenaries 3D, which still is stuck on 3DS, has not been ported out. At this point, I would be very happy if they did another Resident Evil Mercenaries game on newer consoles with more of the maps and characters, you know, I don't know, now that they've remade the first 4 games, it's like, is it so much to ask that they do a new Mercenaries, you know, standalone game? But so I guess I didn't find the suitcase on this new playthrough. Just, but the thing, these costumes just look ridiculous, though. But yeah, these are some of these are in the game, some of them are DLC costumes. So, now, I picked the wrong one, hang on. So I thought you'd want to see this. Oh, and then she also can just get shirts. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. So I didn't buy all the DLC, but... And then Billy, look, he's got this ridiculous outfit. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Yeah, Wolf Force, whatever that means. Oh yeah, look, Cody from Street Fighter. Yeah. So his original outfit, the bonus outfit you got for beating the game in the original game, and then Mercs, whatever that is, and Alpha 3. So you're going to be Cody now. There. Yeah, they give you all these blue herbs, but I haven't gotten poisoned yet. And I was playing this earlier today just to get some practice in, and turns out I didn't even have to come down here. And those blue herbs aren't going to do jack shit for me. So you can see there's more, this is the facility basement. Oh, yeah, and you still have the train map. Okay. So, yeah. So the train's not that big, is it? But I think it's good level design for the most part. And then there's all the items that I... Yep, so in this file, I have not gone back to get the hook shot yet, but I know I'm gonna have to. Oh well. And then look, there's all the items. So this ends up being my main storage room for anything I don't need. Oh, good thing I have those first aid sprays on, but after coming down here, I found out that I did not need to come down here, so I just wasted a bunch of bullets on these stupid monkeys and got hurt. Oh well. At least I don't think I needed to come down here. I don't know. Yeah, let me check again. I wasn't really paying attention before. Yeah, no, I thought there was another room in there. I guess I should have looked a little harder. I did get some ammo, though. Yeah, and there's blue herbs in there in case I get poisoned by spiders, but I don't think that's going to happen. Knock on wood. Or I think I might have already killed the spiders that were in this hallway. So, what happens is there's a point where the floor collapses underneath one of your characters, and they're like hanging on for dear life, and the other person has to go save them within a certain amount of time. So yeah, the game loves to pull that shit, let me tell you. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna do this real quick.
Let's split up.
Okay.
Yeah. So the leech monsters are weak to fire from Molotov cocktails or flame rounds. See? Well... yeah. So if you go into the bathroom... and you go into the wrong stall... Oh, for God's sake, yeah. These are like the worst enemies in the game, let me tell you. And I just got a trophy. Okay, but there you go. 3 Molotov cocktails to take out one of those guys, which means you gotta keep picking up the bottles, and you gotta keep picking up the gasoline. And then I think Billy might have to be the one who lights it, too. So maybe it has to be in his inventory for it to even work. So there you go. You saw the bonus costumes, you saw later into the game. And, you know, when I was a teenager playing this game for the first time, I would have told you this was an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Now, more like a 6 or 7, to be honest with you. But that's it. So that was episode 1 of Spooky HallowSTREAM. Hopefully you'll tune in for future episodes. I would like to do a full playthrough of Resident Evil 7 and check out some of the DLC that I never played before. And I'd like to do Resident Evil 8 in third-person mode, which I've also never done before. So do stay tuned, please. I'm also planning on doing Signalis, Crow Country, maybe Soma, and I haven't decided what else to do for the rest of the month. So, all right. See ya.